Welcome to the Sports Card Talk Show. Sports Card Talk Show with Kevin Anderson and Lauren Walker, the Skull Brothers.
All right, welcome to episode 193 of the Sports Card Talk Show. Got the King of eBay 101 idiots with me. Lauren. I'm Kevin, obviously. We are excited to be here. We're excited to have this episode. A lot of fun things have been happening this week. We're going to touch base on some stuff that we maybe don't usually touch base on, but both of them kind of involved our teams, the Twins and the T-Wolves. Yeah. Well, in a roundabout way, the Twins.
The two teams that we rarely ever talk about on the,
right.
on the show.
We're also going to have a little bit of Lauren's mail. He dug back into that tub, and we grabbed a few more. Going to talk a little bit about that. Going to talk about selling cards. We talked about that last time. We picked a consigner, and Lauren has a stack ready to go, and we're going to get those out. Yeah. And then we'll finish up by just looking ahead at what's coming up really for us. But hey, let's do this giveaway. Yeah. Oh, if you didn't know, you never know when we're going to throw them in. So yeah, let's just turn this around and we'll figure out who won. All right, we got the URL of the video all in there and the comments filtered out by the keyword. Good luck, everybody. Thanks for checking it out and catching that giveaway. Dave's Old Man Strength. Chosen was the keyword. Welcome back. Good luck on your projects. Awesome. So we'll reach out to you and we'll get this fat pack out to you of Donruss basketball.
Congrats, man.
All right, man. That was a lot of fun doing that comment picker. Congrats to Dave's Old Man Strength. Thanks for commenting. We'll get you information. We'll get this out.
Dave's was the chosen one.
Yes. Occasionally we like to do that. We haven't done one in a very long time. And we're going to pause for 1 second. All right, a little technical difficulties there. We had a mic situation. We're just going to roll without it. I think it'll sound just fine. So yeah, we did the giveaway. Yep, we're good. Now I got to gather myself a little bit. So sports thoughts. Should we talk the Kershaw bit?
Yes, let's do that.
So obviously I'm sure it's all over the news, but he had a perfect game going to 7 innings, I believe. Yeah. And I know I called you and we were chatting and I told you, you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, there's no way they pulled him out after 7. If he's having a perfect game, there's no way they pull him. I'm like, are you sure it wasn't a no-hitter? You're like, no, they're saying it was a perfect game. I'm like, no.
I so this morning I made sure I listened to the radio again. I'm like, no, man, they just had a whole segment. I know that's what it was.
Yeah, you texted me that, and I said, that's wrong. That's what
you did. And I'm like, oh, no, it's not wrong. No, but yeah, we just thought it was interesting because obviously you start reading all the comments and I can definitely see both ways.
I don't do
You don't?
No, I don't. How many said?
Well, my thing where I see both ways is I can see at certain points in the season. I'm going to lean towards the Anthony Edwards when they were at the end of the year pushing him to get 50 in a game when he's had leg problems. They're going into the playoffs and they're force feeding him to try to get him to 50. That's the wrong time.
Well, he ain't chased a perfect game, though, dude.
Yes, I know.
Perfect
but
game.
It's a personal accolade, but it's a perfect game. Because it
was game 7 of the season. Like, it isn't like they're going down the stretch run and they're trying to rest him for the playoffs.
Right. At first I was really like, no, they had to let him try. And then you read some things and you're like, well, okay, I can kind of see that too, but it's like, come on.
No.
I think it's 150 years of Major League Baseball, it says here. Over 218,400 games played. There have been 23 official perfect games. And I guess I don't even know when this was. I'm just reading this little tidbit right here. But either way, there's only been 23.
It's crazy is that we're talking about this. 23 perfect games. And they take the guy out when he's can be the 24th guy to ever do it. And this is just how much things have changed in baseball. I was talking to somebody today. There's a dude that got struck by lightning on the pitching mound, and it was out for 5 minutes. They thought he was dead. He got up and finished the game. That's the difference between what baseball used to be and what baseball is now, man.
Oh, man. Well, we were joking before we started that, can you imagine like Jack Morris or
God, no.
Even in that playoff game, he's like, no, not coming out.
Yeah, he went 10 full innings in Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah,
went in a 0-0 game. I mean, I honestly can't believe that Kershaw just like hand the ball over and walk off the mound, or was he? You said he was okay with it, right?
He came on and said he was okay with it. Okay,
no, I cannot. There's no Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan would have put his manager in a headlock and started punching him.
Oh man! So really, we want people to let us know what they think. What was your thought on that? Let us know in the comments below. I was just like, wow. And you read all these comments on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm kind of surprised that he was taken out. And maybe there's more to it. Like, I don't know if he's coming off an injury from last year. I'm going to be admittedly, I'm not a big baseball guy.
See, I come from our childhood, hearing stories about, I think Roger Staubach had a finger cut off so he could play in a game. I know Ronnie Lott did. Mm-hmm. Jack Youngblood played with a broken leg for half a season. Like I don't care what kind of health Kershaw's in. He's in good enough health to pitch a perfect game through 7 innings. Let him go, man. Let the first hit or the first walk or the first error chase him from the game. But let's see how this plays out. Dude.
As someone who is, I'm not a big baseball guy. And I equated it to this. If I was over at my brother-in-law's house, who is a big baseball guy, and he watches baseball, and I kind of just play on my phone or whatever when he's on, had that been going on, I would have been engaged, would have been watching. I'm like, holy man, I want to see this happen. And
I think that's why people, like the people that truly enjoy baseball, they watch the games because they might see something historical. And last night could have been a historical moment that got. Like, if I was somebody actually watching that game and they pulled Kershaw at 7 innings, I think I would have whipped a beer at the TV or something like that. I don't know.
Right.
I've already sworn off baseball for the most part. That would have definitely put me over the top, man.
Right. Oh, man. So that was the first thing. The other thing that we were really going to talk about was our Timberwolves and the big celebration they had after beating the Clippers for the play-in game.
Yeah.
And I kind of got a good chuckle out of it. Only because I kind of grew up at a time where, and I think you two act like you've been there before.
Yeah, yep.
All their stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, no, I'm super excited for it.
I am too. That's 18 years, I think it's been since the
2004,
made the playoffs. So this is, I mean, it's not like, it's like if Patrick Beverly has not played for the Timberwolves but this season, but like he almost was acting like a Timberwolves fan. Like, oh my God, we won.
Right.
We're in the playoffs. Like winning that game is like winning a championship for us Timberwolves fans.
Yeah. And I'll say, as a Minnesota sports fan, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, they're gonna find a way to F this up. And they're going to lose both playing games. And so it was super exciting to hear that they won. And I had a little fist pump, when I'm like, sweet. And then you see the reaction. I'm be the first to say I have a couple streaming services. I got rid of anything that I could potentially watch. So I was a little disappointed. I almost wanted to get it to watch that. And I was almost there, but I'll wait till it's on regular. I think that playoffs will eventually be on broadcast TV, I guess they call it. I don't even know.
Like TV? Are you talking about like is that
ABC,
TBS?
NBC, okay. One of those. Yeah, that's broadcast.
Okay.
I think that's what they call it. I don't know, local TV or whatever. Yeah, there's actually been two things that have almost made me do it, like get regular service. And I actually almost ordered a pay-per-view recently too. So I'm like, wow, that hasn't happened in a long time. Where I was pretty interested. A UFC fight was happening, and sitting there watching with my daughter, and she's kind of interested or whatever. And there was a big fight with I'm gonna
Butcher
the name, Cosmot Chimavez or something like that. He's supposed to be like this bad dude, and my cousin was been telling me he ain't afraid of nobody wants to fight him, and I'm like, wait until he fights somebody good, and then we can talk. Because I don't think he's been touched barely. Like beat everybody in the first round, like in the first minute or so. Well, he went all 3 rounds with this guy, and got knocked down a couple times, and I'm like. But he still won. I guess I didn't watch it. That was the pay-per-view.
They finally ran into somebody that could go to toe with them.
And but anyways, back to the T-Wolves. That kind of got sidetracked there. It almost made me want to do it. And I come from, we used to get every pay-per-view like many, many years ago. So that was interesting that I actually had that itch. But the T-Wolves almost had me getting Sling back. We use Sling, and they have TNT and TBS. And almost had me to do it, but I wish I would have just to see that reaction.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man,
oof, dude.
So what do you think? Do you think it was overdone or
no? I actually like. To me, it kind of seems like Patrick Beverley's kind of a mercenary, and he kind of like bounces around. So the fact that he I feel like he expressed every single. Like the state of Minnesota's frustration of like 18 years of being bottom dwellers in that game. Yeah, I just so yeah. If I was a fan of another team, I'd be like, act like you've been there and done that. And as a fan of the Timberwolves, it's like he was expressing the state of Minnesota's relief and jubilation over that victory.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
So yeah, I'm being whatever you want to call it, hypocritical, I guess.
A little bit, but part of me is it made me more interested. I guess when it seems like the team is more interested.
Yeah.
I watched very little basketball this year. I watched very little in general, only because I got my son Owen. He's going to be 4 very soon here, and we watch a lot of what he wants to watch.
Dominates the television.
So if you want to talk Troll Hunters, or you want to talk some of these other, I talk all day about those. But he dominates. He dominates what we do.
Yeah,
playtime and book time and being together time, which is awesome.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't change that for anything. But I do miss a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess another thing, if you want to comment about that, overblown or not, I will say that like some of the Charles Barkley and Shaq, they really were roasting them. That whole Inside the NBA, really roasting the Timberwolves for the celebration, especially Patrick Beverley. We did watch the Pardon the Interruption little clip, and that was pretty cool. As Timberwolves fans, we like that.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron came out and was laughing, and I'm a little salty with that, only because I'm like, you only wish you had Patrick Beverley on that Los Angeles Lakers team. Maybe you guys would be winning the play-in game.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm gonna get some LeBron fans hating on me, but
is there such thing? I don't know. There must be LeBron. I'm the LeBron train since he left Cleveland. The second
right.
was off. Every time he leaves Cleveland, he goes to my doghouse.
All right. So I think we're going to transition to your mail.
Okay.
I think we're going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to talk a little bit about a card that I'm watching that ends tonight. I got to keep an eye on the time. Forgot to see what time it ended. As you open it, and then we'll just take a picture of the card, but you can kind of describe it.
Okay.
So there's a card that I'm trying to buy.
I think I kind of cherry picked these a little bit, so I don't know. But this is funny because when we talk about consignment, I'll just put this business card off to the side and show that later. But that's the consigner I'm picking.
Yep.
But anyway, so I won 2 cards from this consigner, and
Oh yeah, sweet.
yeah, that's
Black gold.
black gold.
And we'll just take a picture of it.
Yeah. But the black gold Bruce Smith autograph. It's called Gold Records autograph, and his record is 200 career sacks.
Yep.
It's number 27 out of 49. Don't know if it's 2015 or 16. That doesn't really matter to me.
Sure.
But
black gold is black gold.
yeah, and then I got this J. Ron Curse 2016. I believe he's a rookie playoffs, and I was just kind of, I bid on one card and I won another one. So this card I probably won for $1 or $2 and was a add-on into the package.
Sure.
So and that one's numbered 4 out of 49. And J. Ron Curse, I believe he was I can't remember if he ended up in Dallas and then Tampa, or Tampa then Dallas last year, but I think he played on both teams last year.
So yeah.
But J-Ron's just like a hybrid safety linebacker kind of guy, and I really liked him when he was a Viking. So anytime I can snag a cheap J-Ron, which is something we're going to talk about, it's like I'm going to try to quit. Well, I am not bidding on cheap cards. No, I'm not bidding on cards. Really, period. Kind of.
We'll get to that after this.
Yeah. But now this, I actually was like, this is really kind of okay. I was like wondering the way that this was packed. I like got it, and I'm like, did I win some sugar daddies? If you remember those from the 70s.
I remember that, yeah.
But then I kind of actually went through my my purchases, and they're actually these chip shots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which are rare. Rarely do I ever. I see sugar daddies on eBay more than I see these chip shots. And
nice.
that's. I think they must have come through on my Chris Carter feed.
Yep.
But it was a Viking lot of them too, and I think I got these for like it was like $5-6, I think total, but 2 different Chris.
Oh yeah.
A red and a
purple.
Black maybe,
Black?
because
Yep.
of 2 Chris Carters, and then it comes with the Jake Reed and a Brad Johnson from like, I want to say that's like mid to late 90s. So
yeah.
Anyway,
awesome.
I thought that anytime you get something that's kind of off the wall like that is, I think, worth the mail time.
Heck yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so let's see what's. Okay. Can't do a mail time without a Teddy Bridgewater, but
a Genesis, nice.
yeah, and I've been eyeing up these for a while, and I've almost pulled the trigger on a buy it now for like 20. I got a PSA 10 Genesis for somewhere between $20 and $30.
Nice.
So that was a can't lose for me, because like I said, I've been almost pulling the trigger on buying one for $20, and I won't buy another one. At least I don't think I have. Oh man, another Teddy Bridgewater.
Oh, nice.
This is also black gold. I think this is his rookie year. Rookie year, 2014. And it's got the Nike swoosh and a couple, like, that's a laundry tag and NFL players tag. I don't know where that would go. But it's numbered 5 out of 5. eBay 101 idiot, king of.
Right?
And
nice.
The last package is, oh dude, I told you about this. It's I want to say it's this year, 2020 National Treasures Danielle Hunter.
Oh yeah, that one.
1 of 1.
Oh, nice.
And this thing actually relisted a couple different times for the price. And I'd always in the end of the auction, and I would like when I clicked to see ended watch items, I'm like, oh shoot, it didn't take a bid. I got a bid on this next week, and they relist it, and like I missed it a couple times, and finally I bid on it, and it actually took a couple bids, so I ended up paying just a couple dollars more than the opening bid, but I got that super cheap. Like I can't believe I got a actual true 101 for the price I got it for.
Nice.
And yeah, Daniil's not pretty much playing for 2 years is really sunk in the price of his cards.
So obviously we'll snap some pictures. We'll put those in there. But it was funny. In case you missed the last episode, Lauren made the proclamation that he's not buying any more cards.
Nope.
With out of his paycheck, right?
Right. I'm done.
So the next night he texts me, well, it doesn't count if I already had bids on them.
Yeah.
And he had won some.
I'll snapshot the 4 cards. I'll send you that picture.
Yeah.
Unless you have it still in your.
I might have it. Yeah.
You might have to dig a while. Me and Kevin text each other a lot, so you
might have to just resend it.
I will.
Easier.
Yeah. So it's like 4 cards, and you'll see the picture of it. It's like less than $10 for the 4 because there's like 99 cents and 93 cents shipping or whatever. All 4 of them are super cheap cards.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, these don't count because I already had open bidding on these. But then, then I text you a couple days later, and I'm like, dude, I got a bucket list card that I'm gonna have to bid on.
I'm like, you better sell something quick.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna hold you to it. I gotta hold you accountable. And but you didn't win it, right?
I did bid on it. I
did.
I did break my my pact with myself, and I did not win it though. So I'm pleading guilty, even though I'm not guilty of nothing quite yet. Really.
Oh, only a loss.
Intent. And my intent. I'm guilty of intent, just
yes.
not.
Yes.
Not
right. So just speaking of buying cards, I was mentioning that I'm trying to buy a card tonight potentially, and I don't know how often you see this, but it's got to be shill bidding. This card didn't have any, like first bid or two on it. It's like $4.50 or something. And then I click in and it was up to like $9, which, it's not a lot in the long run, but then you look to see who's the bidders. 0 feedback, 5 feedback. I'm like, oh, that just reeks of it,
Mm-hmm.
And I see a lot of that, and then I see the cards relisted, so they're not being bought. Do you
And
run
you-
into
and
that
this-
a lot or not really?
And this is on a consignment site, right? You said?
Yeah.
So that's my thought is like if you consign your cards off to somebody, who's to say you're not sitting at home and going, oh my God, my card's going to sell for only this much, and you start clicking up the bid.
It does make me wonder, and it doesn't take anything to open another account and bid it on a. It's just super frustrating, and I just don't know how many times people run into it. Mm-hmm. Like I just did buy a card, which will be on an upcoming mail day. That was buy it now, so whatever. Mm-hmm. And I try to stick with those, but this card is a nice brand, Opulence.
Oh yeah.
It's like Opulence card, and it's your favorite numbering system.
Oh, nice.
Out of 5 even, so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And it kind of goes back to, like if I find a player that I like and I want one card of, this would be that card for that player.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Well, if I win it, I don't know.
Oh, you haven't won it yet.
Well, and it goes off tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know the other one, actually, that'll be on the upcoming mail day. I finally pulled the trigger on that.
I feel like did you mention that in our other video or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, because I had a conversation today and he questioned what the heck you were doing collecting that player. And I'm like, that's what he does.
Yeah. I grew up in how do I say it? When I was younger, I would much prefer to play basketball, but when I did watch, like I watched the Bad Boy Pistons, the Bulls, the Showtime Lakers, the Celtics. So any of those players are fair game for me, you know?
Dude, I hated the Lakers and the Celtics, and I have such reverence to those memories that I would rather have Magic Johnson or even Byron Scott and Michael Cooper over the guys that are swapping teams and jumping to this dream team or this dream team or this big three or whatever you call it.
Right.
I just it's hard to collect this generation's players if I don't even feel like there's real teams anymore. Like you think about the Celtics and the Lakers, and they had an identity and a teammanship. Nowadays, it's like, who's LeBron's two sidekicks on his next tour? I'm not trying to. I know basketball's huge and people love this stuff, but it doesn't. Just like with the perfect game thing we talked about earlier, there's things that I probably sound like Archie Bunker, the grumpy old man, back in my day.
Yeah, so anyways, that's the fun. Really, that's all we had written down. I had a lot of fun chatting. And
are we going to talk about my submission quickly?
Oh my gosh, we didn't get to that.
Yeah.
So, that's right here. How did I miss that? I scratched things off.
I'm going to go with DC Sports 87. Their website, it seems like really simple. It looks really simple. They just want your name, phone number, address, or email address, and then you box up the cards. You send them to them with that information. They will get. I have less than 20 cards here, so they'll get them up on their site within a couple days, and then you get a username, and you can check your dashboard. And they set the auctions 5-day auctions unless it runs into a holiday or something like that, and they'll make them longer. And once your cards sell, there's a few different payout options, and one of them is direct deposit to your bank account. I think $1 to $10 card. If you sell it for $1 to $10, I think they take either 20 or 25%. I don't plan on selling cards that cheap on their site. After $25, it's 15%. So 15% they take, which isn't much more than what you'll be paying in seller fees on eBay. So, and they must have quite the. I'm guessing if you're as big a seller as he is, maybe they're not getting charged at 12.5 or whatever.
Right.
Your fees will be with eBay. So
I have to imagine, yeah.
Because I can't imagine him being able to pay his workforce to make 2.5% on the cards,
Yeah, and I know I mentioned to you that, gosh, I can't remember who I was listening to, but they were talking about the top 25 eBay sellers. 6 or 7 are sports cards, and DC Sports was number 2 for sports cards.
Yeah.
Not number 2 overall, but number 2 for sports cards.
Yeah. I can believe it because, just in my 5 packages, I have a DC Sports card, business card.
Yeah.
In it, and it's I end up with I probably got quite the stack of these things.
I bet you do.
I usually pull my business cards and keep them all together, and I wouldn't doubt I probably have several dozens DC Sports 87 business cards. Did
you want to talk about any of the cards, or?
No, not really, because I actually I'm in the. I don't know if we want to talk about this too, but I'm in the process of completing a couple personal sales to somebody who reached out from our show, who asked if I still had a card that I put up for sale on one of our card sales last year. And then somebody that I've done little sales with on Instagram. So he may still be interested in a couple of these cards in the stack. Sure. I've got a couple of Adrian Peterson autos. I've got a stack of Stephon Diggs autos, some Fran Tarkenton autos.
Sure.
Oops. I thought airplane mode was supposed to work with that. Anyways, yeah. So I don't know if he's going to be interested in a couple of those. But I don't want to show him off on camera, and
Sure.
just in case I sell one or two of them to
Yeah,
that guy. And
that's cool.
and what's cool is like, I don't know. Are we trying to wrap this up?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just talking to him. We have not done shows for like 6 months. And just talking to him, like having a personal interaction with somebody in the hobby, I like really miss that. And I'm just like really happy that we're back to doing the show, because I told you, I feel like we've made a lot of friends, and I feel like I've kind of like I don't think any of them hold anything against me or they're expecting anything from me, but I feel like I've turned my back on a lot of friends by being disengaged in our show and the hobby and our Instagram platform and all that stuff. So I talking with this guy, like, just got my juices going a little bit. Excited about doing what we're doing.
Yeah. I know even today it was one of those days we had rain and snow, and yes, it's April, middle of April, we're still dealing with snow, and it's been a long work week, and we're both trying to hold each other more accountable to sit down and do this, and no, we're texting back and forth, like you said, a lot, and I thought this would be a lot of fun to go over, and I've had a blast. Hopefully it's enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're not boring people to death. But man, you got to just turn the notifications off or something. So yeah, we're excited to get that out. So hopefully by the time we shoot again, hopefully those will be shipped out. Maybe you'll have sold something.
I'm holding myself to early in the week. So
yeah,
like when I went on his site, like really some of the very basic requirements are have them in clean top loaders, and he even tells you put several in team bags when you ship them. So, and it just it basically wants you to ship them the way you should ship them if you sold them yourself, because they don't want to have to change top load. They want to be able to get them, snap photos, and put them on their site. And it's like, I think I read reviews and obviously they post nothing but good reviews on their own site. Right. I'm like going, I have never heard anything bad about DC Sports 87. So,
right.
I mean, have you? No. And they're big. So I think it was an easy choice, and I'm looking forward to having a report, have something to share in a month from now, maybe, about how my experience went. Yeah.
I'm thinking if they're super fast, maybe even by the next time we shoot, because I think we're doing something every 2 weeks, and then we'll do something individually a little bit too. Yeah. So in between now and then, I'll do a mail day. You just had a 10 on Tuesday, and
actually I had my 10 on Tuesday studio set up. And this earlier today, before I tore it down, I was like considering shooting my next one already. That's just how kind of excited I am. And then the day got away from me, and and I had to tear it down so we could set up our studio over here. But no, I'm like, and it could be because it's springtime, and even though it's snowy and stuff, you can just feel the itch of. I am always more energized when the temp gets above 30 degrees or whatever,
Right. All right. Well, anything else, man? I think we covered everything, right? I didn't skip anything. No, we got it all. All right.
Skull Brothers out.